Okay, 10th time is the charm here. I keep going over my time, and last time I opened up my Alt tab accidentally and it killed the recording, so I'm going to give this another shot. This is my script for converting to PDF. First thing I had to do is name the function. So we're going to input this into PowerShell and we have to define what our function is. So the function is going to be Big Dill PDF. So my last name is Dill. First thing is we have to do this hashtag, and then we set the command binding on what we're going to process. So support should process. If that's true, the default parameter is set name to default. So the default parameter is going to be called default. Mandatory true position. So no matter what the first position is, it's going to come back. No matter what the string is, it's going to come back. No matter what the start page is, it's going to come back. That's what all these dollar signs mean. If the command should process the convert Windows to PDF, if that works, which it should, it's a pretty short little string there, then we're going to start looking for our Word document files. So we're going to look for anything, and the program or the script is going to call it a Word document file. So no matter what it is that it returns, those returns are going to be designated as Word document files. And then we have our get function, so we're going to get any sub item or child item within any path that we designate as our path. So if we put in the command C drive or D drive, that's the pathway. And then this says if you go down that path and you find asterisk, this is the wildcard that's really important. Any file that has .doc or .docx at the end of it, wildcard, it's going to return any file that ends in this integer or this string value. And that's the document type. So once it has that, then we indent again. So this is our sub function of once we get a child item that we're going to designate as a Word document, we define what are we going to do with it. So once we have a Word application, we're going to create a new object and a new command object for that Word application. And we're going to export it. So we're going to export the format into PDF. Are we going to open it after export? No, that's false. Are we going to optimize after export? We're going to optimize it for on-screen. And once we export the item, we're going to export document content, so all of the content, keep the properties, keep the IRM, keep the bookmarks, keep the structure, keep the bitmap fonts even if they're not right, and use ISO 19005_1. That is a subroutine, so we're just importing a subroutine that's already existent on Windows. If the start page and the end page, export the entire document. So this is basically saying doesn't matter what number it starts on, doesn't matter what number it ends on. If it's page 50 or page 10,000, it's going to take them all. That's what that dollar sign is. Otherwise, if there's no pages, so if it's a blank document for whatever reason, if it's just got a name in there, it's going to assign it a number 0. So that's part of the debugging process that we found too. This is where it converts to PDF. So whatever the file count is, we're going to replace it with 1. We're going to get the file name. So remember earlier we said that we were going to rename anything that from the get that it was going to be called wddocument.name. So we're going to change the .name or the .doc to the .dox into .pdf. So we're going to export it here, the file output path. Word document base name, so JDill's assignment 3 is going to convert it from .doc to .pdf. If it catches any errors, it'll say a few Word documents have been lost during the converting. So it's going to catch anything that falls out with like an incorrect base name or an incorrect directory name. And then release object, this is just where the application is going to stop. Otherwise, if it doesn't find anything, it says make sure at least one Word document file is in the pathway. And then if it scans that pathway and doesn't find anything, it's going to return the path does not exist. So this is in Notepad. So I'm going to copy it, and then we're going to go over here to Windows PowerShell next.